in jail. And then
3 d20s for 3 attacks because Blademaster Rogue is fun. Thank you for letting me use that custom.
Jesus. You're gonna make me regret so much. Okay, so.
All the regrets.
Speaking of regret, you guys are in the Mithril Tower. There's a, not necessarily a mob, but a gaggle worth of nobles still out in the streets.
Are we right outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dropping right where we left off.
Okay.
There's a light rain that's falling from the heavens right now. The skies are highly overcast, and there is a plume of black smoke that's intermingling with the air around you. As the fire is still burning, there's people on the scene trying to put it out. But at this rate, it's going to take a few hours to get all the flames out. You also see some city guards in the area, and make me a perception roll. First roll of the evening.
14.
14? Okay.
Perception, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Since we're out of combat, can I use my passive?
Yeah.
Okay. 13.
13?
I should check my passive.
23?
Even without my passive, it's the same.
Okay.
Still 14.
Okay.
Thanks for updating that roll, by the way. That'll be helpful.
Yeah. You, Frosia, you see what looks to be some type of elemental cart lifting off, and sirens, dancing lights in reds and blues flashing above it. Yeah. It's pulling away from the scene, and you see a sigil on the back of the cart that looks to be some sort of lizard with multiple eyes around its frame. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let you keep that. Yes, and you know what? It's fine.
Okay. So there's the cop cart basically going around.
Yep.
Going away.
Mm-hmm. Basically, you got a glimpse of them carting someone away and doors slam, and they drive off into the night.
Okay.
And so, characters don't know this, but I do recall at the end of the session last night you rolled a dice and said, "Oh yeah, Lilith got caught."
Yep.
Alright, so we don't know that yet.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I just saw.
It might be.
That was the clue that we just got.
So if I remember correctly, Jackal was storming out, basically dragging fire spoils out.
One of the, you still have one of the cultists hot guy behind you as well.
Yeah, that's what I was trying.
Yep.
Spoiled. Dragging by the foot, just letting his head bounce on the ground. Ow, 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 ow.
From that, he is currently unconscious,
Yeah. I believe we stabilized him before I started.
Yes.
But Jackal is pissed off.
Uh-huh.
Is anyone in immediate vicinity of me? Like
Say
these guys?
Yeah, everybody's around you.
Alright,
Here's where my other ones.
going off Jackal's memory, what's the closest entrance to the Lantern compound? About how long of a...
It would probably be a 20-minute walk going down back to the central plateau. You're on the column of towers that you need to be, but you'd have to go down a few
That's
stairs.
20 minutes. And so, just reminding myself, because I know we're in Lantern jurisdiction, if like a guard stops me and says like, "What the fuck are you carrying someone?" Can I like present my signet ring like Lantern business, move along? Like, is that
You
within...
can certainly try.
Oh, okay. Alright.
I suppose we continue dragging them.
Yeah, I suppose.
Dragging a helpless
Unless anyone
individual.
has anything they'd like to take care of here, we need to get this guy to Vash.
Like, I probably could just, like, pick him up and throw him over my shoulder, but I'm content to just let Jackal drag him.
At this
With my
point,
+1 strength.
See,
Okay,
I
make a
know
strength
every-
check. See how long it takes you to drag it.
I know that
I think
everyone is like
guidance-
dragging a body.
Mm-hmm.
Can I look around to see what's going on other than panic?
Yeah, go ahead and make me a perception check.
I can guidance him. carry.
Why don't you
this
toss
body.
into the top of your cup?
Yeah, that's good too.
Or use the little.
That's
Since
good.
we have
The dice corral.
Oh no.
Is it
Is
straight
it
strength check?
This one's perception?
Yeah.
That's... Can I use my passive? 14.
14. Too many bad rolls, and I'm gonna let you keep them.
Yeah.
So you see, it's a little bit of a state of chaos right now.
Okay.
Between the rain and the smoke and the ember aves light from the fire on the building. You see people with stab wounds. You see massive bruises and bludgeoning and broken ribs, and just people strewn out, and people doing what they can with potions and common healings, lay on hands of sorts. Everyone here is mostly of noble birthright, so they're not powerless, but without it's still a heavy blow. And at that point you start to see that the guards are laying out bodies in a rung on the ground. And you do an odd count and you manage to count over 20 so far.
Yeah, there's like 50.
Yeah, we were given that number as players though.
Yep.
No, of course. I'm just like...
Oh, I put it in the story.
Yeah. It's alright.
I was like, hey, there's a head count.
Yeah. Well, my total check was 5.
Okay.
But I do recall you like very vividly describing me getting like slashed in the back by the beholder, so that'll be my excuse.
Okay.
Okay.
You gonna help them out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can take over dragging duties. Okay, so 16.
Okay. Yeah, Selune picks up no issue.
Jackal
And-
goes to protest
So
and like keeps a lock on his ankle, but then like just seeing how effortlessly.
yeah, so like I pick him up and I just accidentally just elbow him in the gut. Unless I throw him.
me or Jackal? No, Jackal. Or...
The cultist.
Okay, I was about to say, damn.
Yeah, just as I'm like throwing him over my shoulder. I'm just like,
As you guys are walking away, one of the cops manages to glance over, but he doesn't seem to pay you guys mind as you guys exit the area.
I mean, there's too much struggle.
Yeah, I know, there's a big pile of chaos going around right now. So you guys take your slow walk down to the Lantern Corps. I'm gonna keep that name. As the rain continues to soak through your clothes, it manages to wash away some of the blood and ichor off from the beholder fight that you guys got. And at this point, really? Really, buddy?
A cat is playing in the street,
I know. You see a cat playing in the street.
despite the rain.
You still see a handful of children running around, going around and getting candies in some of the festivities. People are
there's
still
one.
heavily drinking.
Mm.
There's...
Well, now they have a bonfire.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
it's
so the cops probably just thought we were carrying home a friend.
as you guys enter the lower rings, there
so
seems
cute.
to be a very still high level of amusement and travel, but just the exhaustion is just starting to hit you of like the gravity of the situation that nobody knows happened above.
It's the worst wild night I've had in years.
You guys make it down to Landed Core without much issue. You guys gonna look for Vash, or go
Yeah.
ahead and make me an investigation check.
$18 on the die, and I'm trained in it.
Okay.
She did better than I did.
Yeah, it would
I'm
be
not
like
trained yet.
23.
Okay.
15.
Okay. So you go to Vash's office almost instantaneously. He's currently not there. And asking you some questions around, you find out that he had gone home for the night. But if something is happening, you might have better luck with the city guard and the Tower of Inquisition, which is the main jail.
Taking prisoner there?
I mean, it's your option. You can leave him here.
Yeah, we could lock him up in one of the cells here.
Yeah.
Those tin-lined rooms.
We don't know how rooted in these guys are, if they have contacts anywhere else. The lanterns, for the most part, are reliable. Bash can usually sniff that kind of stuff out, so we might as well leave him here, and then they can have what's left of him once we're done.
So we'll
we-
go
we-
wake him up.
What was that?
We're gonna go wake him up.
Bash?
Hey?
Oh, who
He's
knows?
not here.
If he's not here, then who knows where he
Yeah,
is?
he went home.
He either went home, but
presumably.
he.
None of you know where each other lives?
Well, he.
I like a directory.
I mean, the white scrolls are kind of in
White
between.
scrolls.
It takes so much to get a census of everybody that they usually are just tossed out.
I'd imagine that, like,
Putting a lot of faith in the system here.
speaking in and out of character, like, I'd imagine he probably went home. He's probably caught wind that something's happening, so he's out and about, most likely. So even if we went to his place, he's probably not there. He might be. I don't know.
You know from personal experience, he doesn't give out his address.
Also that, yeah. Which was another thing I was gonna say. Like, we're technically like an Black, so just addresses posted on the wall isn't really.
No,
Yeah, right?
good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if we're not rooming here, we don't really know where each other live.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess Jackal goes up to one of the guards and gives him instructions, like, because we didn't see this guy use magic at all
Nope.
during the fight.
He had one two-handed sword on.
Okay. Before I hand him off, I rifle through pockets and just see if there's anything like interesting on him.
Okay. You find
Any weapons that we can take off or
Roll
any.
me an investigation.
We'll assist
Okay. With advantage.
that.
And then as I'm
See
going,
if he has any notes.
as I'm going through this, I put up to the group like, do we want to? So thank you for advantage. Investigation would be 19.
Okay.
And I kind of put up to the group like while I'm rifling through pockets, like, do we want to question him or do we want to just wait for Vash? Because Vash is going to cut to the quick on the story once he gets to him.
Okay. You find a silk lined pouch with 10 platinum coins in it. But oddly enough, no other notes or instructions. And as you're going through his clothes, he's wearing a very, not elegant per se, but kind of like borderline cheap. So like where most people in the party were in velvet, he's wearing velour.
Crushed.
Yeah, crushed
Penne.
velour.
Chintzy.
From the bargain
It's-
rack at Joanne's.
Yeah, right? No, like, it's enough to get into high establishment, but it's not really, like, the best quality.
With noses pointed up at you.
Yeah, right? And as you get through that robe, you actually see most of the other clothes that he's wearing are kind of ratty.
So this guy clearly couldn't afford to be here on his own purse. So he either snuck his way in or he was paid for or what have you. Didn't belong in there any more than we did, I guess.
Well, he's not getting paid tonight.
No, absolutely not. Can I throw
He's
him in the
not-
lead
not-
cell?
What's up?
Can I throw him in the lead-lined room?
Yeah.
If it's, I
The
don't know.
doorless
Lock him
one.
up top. Yep.
Yeah.
Lock him up tight. You pass a number lock on the side of the dial, doors slides forward and opens. Shuck him in.
Yeah.
Yeet him, as it were.
Then I inform the guard. Well,
And keep a watch.
I leave a report what happened. I'm still getting into roleplay mode, so I'm just kind of doing general like Jackal does this.
fine.
Jackal does the necessary steps needed to say that this bitch is here.
Yeah.
Keep watch.
Okay.
Did you palm the 10 platinum?
I didn't really try to hide it. How many
Because I
people?
was saying if you weren't going to take it, I was just going to put it in the party fund.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I was
say
gonna
we
be
could
like,
put it in the party fund.
Hey, Cosmic, come here.
Since we didn't get paid for the job we did for
Yeah.
government.
Honestly,
I mean, you did. The masks are still yours.
I mean,
We can
Those
sell
are
those.
expensive.
So as Jackal hands you the pouch, he flicks his thumb and a platinum coin rolls across his knuckles, so you got 9 in the party fund.
Fine.
That would be
1
90.
platinum is worth 10 gold.
So it'd be 90. Okay. I started a session of 90 gold.
What's up?
It's
Oh.
math is hard. 240. There we go.
There you go. What are y'all doing?
That's a good question.
Do it right here.
Maybe we could go over to the regular city guard and see who they apprehended from the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think at this point, for brevity's sake, I'm gonna say that Cosmai and Lesidi stay behind in case Vash shows up, just so we don't have to shadow him.
That's a good idea, Cosmai.
It would be
Always
Cosmai
so
to think of it.
But I'll stay here. Keep an eye
Okay.
on him.
Just in case.
In case he comes back.
Did Lesidi tell us that she was given a warning? Did she tell the party in
Yes.
character?
It happened right after the Beholder fight, where like she showed you guys the dagger, and then Lilith gave it over, saying that her debt was repaid.
And so, just trying to remember, like, Lesidi just kind of, like, didn't know what to do with that, just kind of stood there dumbfounded.
For a second, and then you all kind of spent the 20-second head start just trying to spot check her in the crowd.
Hmm.
It's fine.
It's true.
Okay.
Because of Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our group funds are nice. Just looking, I was like, shit.
How much is in there right now?
46 platinum and 3,800 gold.
Price of 3D800.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Their T, 8.
Okay.
What's 46?
3,800 gold.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
And 17.
Most of that came from the Shahagan.
I'm just reminding. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just reminding.
We already got our verbal slap on the wrist from Vash. We're fine. you gotta give, like, the...
Well, now we have 55
I'm not mad, but I'm
platinum.
disappointed.
Dad's disappointed in you guys, sorry.
Well, now we have 55 platinum.
It was in my
just updated
notes
it right there.
somewhere. Like, we disappointed my dad.
Mind
I'm not
Dad!
upset.
I mean, technically.
It's that moment when it says, I'm
It's
not
in here
upset,
somewhere.
I'm disappointed.
And that's worse, honestly.
It's right.
Why can't you just be upset with me
Yeah,
and tell me
disappointed
about it?
mind dad. It's right here.
Oh my god. I need
Anyway.
more alcohol.
Oh, mind.
Dad.
I heard mine as in, like, mine hair. I was like, suddenly we're German? I don't
Yes. We're all Carnathy, it's fine.
Alright, so the lanterns are aware. They have a report. They have a prisoner.
Oh, there's my pencil.
Vash is not in. So we're going back up to the scene and...
You have keen mind, right?
If
No.
I remember correctly, I should.
I think so.
The
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, with the time, with how exhausted you guys are all, this is about like 3 a.m.
Oh,
See, yeah, I have keen.
Yeah.
Keen sense.
Yeah.
It's 3
Well, it did look like the police carted someone off.
we can head there. Or... Yeah. Because the only thing we noticed on our way out of the burning building was that the mask was gone.
Specifically.
Specifically.
You also
for that.
saw piles of ash,
Do I?
and a lot of the alarms, the cause of the fires, looked like they were from wards that had exploded.
So people were trying to get another shit. And unsuccessful.
Yeah.
Alright. Group vote. Do we go to where the city guard would take prisoners, or do we go back to the scene of the crime and just check that out more?
Or do we go to sleep and deal with it in the morning?
It's 3 a.m.
At this point, the fellow guard that you guys were talking to pipes in. Did you happen to see who took him?
Who took?
The prisoner that they were carting away. You said you saw a car?
It was,
Hey.
it was- yeah.
With had like a weird multi-eyed lizard sigil on the back of it. Had a
Oh,
lot of dancing lights.
Oh, that'd be House Madani. They wrote the Inquisition.
The Inquisition.
It's never a fun keyword. House,
And-
spell it for me?
Medani.
House Madani, okay.
And you guys know that where
getting
you guys
flashbacks
are
to
more the
Medici.
CIA, they are the FBI.
Okay.
I'm getting Medici vibes.
So would, from past experience, would they be helpful or like mind your own fucking business if we came poking? It's like, so that prisoner that you took, just from past experience.
You both roll me a history check with advantage.
Oh, not bad. That's 21.
Okay.
That was a good idea, thank you.
Where is it? 15.
Okay. Selune, you've had a couple of experiences where they rubbed you the wrong way, like working for the same cause, but high-strung, like, stay out of business.
FBI versus CIA.
So FBI versus CIA.
Yeah.
And it better
And you
than to
know
play
that
the
they are, shush you. They are working towards the same cause. They have, Brellish, overall sanctity in mind, but they are still a house, so they're willing to put their own affairs first and foremost, and that's one of the reasons why they're kind of looked down upon, especially by the other houses.
Okay.
So they are very haughty, first and foremost, because they feel like they have something else to prove.
Okay.
And they are, the house members themselves are very strung into the Brellish government, which is kind of frowned upon by everybody else.
Okay. So we're probably gonna get the stink eye, but we might get something. In my past
Stink eye, is that a spell?
why you fuck you asking me?
You know what? That's fair.
Fuck, what was I gonna say? Also, delving on past experience, how susceptible are the cronies to being bribed?
Depends on how much gold.
Okay, so
Depends on what you're bribing them with.
so it's not like you go up to like a stranger issue. It's like, here's 5 coins, tell me something. It's like you better put a 0 behind it.
I mean,
Depending on what you're asking.
depends on what you're asking, depends on how
Well, you asked.
detrimental it could be to one's health.
What to one's health? How flogged am I gonna be by my superior if I tell you this?
I mean,
Always did get flogged.
Depends if they're a peasant.
Okay.
That's how you spell it.
so we're gonna go deal with them right now.
If you guys want to. Yes. So you guys are gonna head towards the Towers of Inquisition.
I can stink eye right back at him.
She is
Yes, you can.
Inquisition.
proficient.
Alright.
I'm proficient in the stink.
So, just for sanity's sake, roll me investigation. See how long it takes you guys to get there.
I need to finish that fucking book.
21.
21?
21.
Alright. Takes you about 20 minutes. It's on the same plateau, but you have to essentially weave throughout all of the people going out and drinking and still partying.
It's like living at my parents' house. You're 20 minutes from everything.
Especially here on the Central Plateau, there's a mix of bars and restaurants, and the party is not dying down, needless to say. And getting through is like on a lesser part of like Carnival, like not downtown, but it's still edge to edge.
Oh, tiny recon. Before we leave, can I ask Cosmai to like hit me with like a little cure wound spell on my back just to stop my profuse bleeding and let me bend?
So she pats you on the back, goes there. Where's the D8? So you're gonna get healed for 13.
Sweet.
I'm assuming she has spell slots left.
What did I do?
That's better.
There.
Wait. Sorry. I recognized the quote and the tone, but I can't place it.
Right. Good hero 6. Her balloon get. There.
Yes.
Fine. Okay, so you guys come up to a older brick-lined building.
About like 3:30 in the morning.
3:30 in the morning. And what you would assume would be dead quiet and silent. You see all of the lights on the inside of the building are wide awake. There's shadows of people moving on the inside. That you go to test the door, it is locked.
Do the secret lantern knock of
Secret.
No immediate response.
give it 10
Do
seconds.
the top knock. Dun.
I was about to say, I can knock harder.
Yes, she can.
So I knock harder.
Roll me a persuasion or intimidation.
Is the door even locked?
Yes.
Is it like an office?
Oh, you said it
Like a
didn't
station.
open, right?
Alright, I'm gonna roll intimidation.
Okay.
18. Supplies!
Open up! What do you mean you're the police? We're the police.
It's the other police!
We're the better police.
Oh!
Well done.
Takes a moment. A half-elven male comes to the door. Looks about younger 20s. Bags under his eyes. Like it just looks like some sort of bookkeeper, perhaps, as far as dress and draw. Yes, can I help you?
So we're here from the Lanterns. We needed to question someone that we believe you took into custody not long ago.
Just trying to piece together all the chaos that happened tonight.
Yes, about that. Can I see your credentials?
Yeah, I pull out my credentials.
Okay. See the second ring. You just kind of. Yes. Come inside. Who are these two?
They're with us. They're on our same
They're
assignment.
consultants.
Make a deception check.
I was gonna say, do we still have the mask on?
Oh, I
Do
was
you?
still intimidating.
Okay. All right.
I spoke truth.
They're coming.
They're on the same assignment as us.
Okay. That is a question. Are you guys still on your masks?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I figured we took them off as soon as we left the building.
Yeah.
I took mine off as soon as combat started.
I kept wearing mine.
Yes,
be
you
bugging.
did.
Just imagine a bear in a dress.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put that in. You see him like Frosia running across the ballroom in this big dress, and then just it turns into a big bear in a wig.
Oh my gosh.
Mm.
So
I stayed
He-
clean behind the food.
Where the magic
did
happens.
didn't take a single hit.
I was very happy with myself.
Staying the heck out of combat.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You wouldn't dare hit the appetizers.
The tentacle came close, but you know,
Almost.
I was more interested in killing the people.
Said the sociopath.
What?
What?
It's fine. Gentleman takes you guys in. It's just, to what do you know of the issue about?
So if the individual that you've apprehended is who we believe it is, we've actually been investigating them for quite some time.
Who do you believe that we have in custody?
Okay,
A
so
bitch.
I mean,
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
here's the skinny of it. Remember Hoar, the terrorist that I believe the news article you showed us, he attacked a tower a while ago, and then he was caught shortly after that,
Yeah.
and then we had him in custody for a bit. I'm talking to you, the DM.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure I get my facts straight
Yep.
because it's been a
It's
good
been a
bit.
hot minute.
It's been a while.
So shortly after that big attack, he got apprehended and he was kind of kept in a sleepy stasis by Vash for a while, and then was Lilith just known by the lanterns, or would the Inquisition have heard of a changeling bard that is stirring up shit? Okay, fair enough.
Excuse me.
Thank you. Trying to play a rogue government agent's hard. So, when I don't know the setting as well. Anyway. So, the attack tonight was partially instigated by Halar, who we had in custody and was broken free by a changeling named Lilith. We have reason to believe Lilith was also there and helped with it. So we lost track of Halar in the combat. We were right there on the floor when the Beholder struck. And we saw Lilith escape the building. We know something was taken, so at least one of them got away. But we did see someone getting packed into one of your vehicles on our way out. So we just reported with the lanterns. And
Roll
so
me a persuasion. Making you guys work for it.
Yeah.
Who do you think we took? A bitch.
Bitch.
Very descriptive.
It could be, yeah.
I thought so.
I knew exactly who he was talking about.
Okay. That would be 18.
Okay. Just kind of stops for a minute. Just wait here. Goes off into the next room. There's a loud as bars are thrown behind him.
He better not be getting a supervisor.
He's almost definitely getting a supervisor, but at
Most
least it's
likely.
someone who's more informed on the situation than a bookkeeper.
2 minutes pass. 5 minutes pass. 10 minutes pass.
I hate this job.
You want me to just go in as like a rat or something?
15
See who it
minutes
is.
pass. There's a little small geared clock on the wall that's just ticking away. Time. Kind of looks like that.
We're in like in the lobby.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Stark white walls, no type of.
You can do as you like, but I'm kind of interested to see Selune knock again. This is in and out of character, by the way.
Alright, so I go over to the door that he went through,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna do I'm gonna knock again. With intimidation. Oh no.
Swallow that purse of
It's
holding.
like when you just sit here
19.
at the restaurant just clinking your glass. It's like, I would love to tell you a story, but I'm so parched!
Yeah, like my armored hand is just banging against those metal bars.
As the second swing goes, the door opens as you almost deck this guy in the face.
I mean...
Apologies.
I just hit right next to his head.
Apologies. Right this way.
That's it, say that.
Much obliged. Alright, come along.
So as you guys enter the hallway, the paint job goes back down to a brick interior instead of plaster walls. And through an echo, you hear the noise of rain hitting the outside windows and the echo of muffled voices and of the chaos outside. You also hear the loud whoosh of a whip echoing down the halls.
That's... Thought that might be why they were delayed. They were trying to get information first.
The keeper is just kind of, let's just follow the cracks.
Follow the cracks.
Well, that's justice for you.
So I follow the noise.
Okay.
I walk down the hallway.
No screams, actually.
Do they have silence?
If they had silence, we wouldn't hear the whip crack.
Unless the silence is...
Yeah, they could have silenced
We'll
the-
find out.
Although it would be really interesting to silence the person there.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's my perspective.
I was gonna
yes.
say, tell us!
Oh man,
What
she's
you
not
doing?
talking. You should hit her again.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, so
as
we
you-
mosey.
You guys mosey along. Yep. Only there's make a perception check. There you go.
That was a good one.
I can get my whip and do it for real. Okay.
You know, I'm not surprised.
17 plus 7.
On the trail end of it, you hear like the soft crackle of electricity.
Ooh, a taser whip.
Alright.
Well then.
The whip I want for Jack. I'm sorry.
As you guys continue to walk, the sound ever present, and they're paced out maybe every minute or so apart. You guys round the corner, and the chamber in here is getting relatively darker as you turn the hall, and it becomes prison cells. And there are everlight candles, like every few or so integral still, to kind of throw off the suspense of the mood of just you enter this place, and it just, at first glance, it seems like there's no hope in this place.
It's on purpose.
Yeah. And
Jackal's familiar.
have you done time here personally?
I don't know about here. We can roll for it if you want.
At the far end of the chamber, you see a softer light to a cell to the left, and you hear just the whip crack and sparks flutter out as like shocks of electricity are brought back. This crack. Yeah. Give me that soundboard. There you go.
That sounds like a good slap.
Right?
Right?
Slap effect where you just pound the ground at the same time. You see one figure kind of standing across an open cellway, hands are crossed, brown hair, and he's just giving almost a death glare at the interior of the cell. Go ahead and make me a perception check.
Everyone or just Jackal?
Everyone.
I'm gonna use my passive perception at 13.
Okay.
19.
Okay.
13.
19.
There you go. That was good.
That's lightning.
I'll take that. You two see that he is a half-elf.
The person captured?
No, the person at the door.
I'm watching.
He has the tips of his ears are coming right past, longer bangs in front, with the rest of his hair is relatively short. He's wearing finer gowns that are drenched in blood.
So he was probably there.
And he's got a red handprint on his right sleeve that just kind of drags. And he also has a gash wound across the right side of his cheek that looks like it's stabbed.
Do we recognize him, like, at all? Okay.
Nope. New character.
So he's not the one being...
Nope.
No, he's
overseeing
observing.
it.
He's observing. So, sorry.
Yeah, so I guess I go up to him and I say hello.
Long night, huh?
You could say that. Who are you?
We're with the Lanterns. We were there at the museum.
Yes, we unfortunately witnessed the massacre.
Jackal kind of shudders.
I think I recognize at least your face among the crowds. You dropped some sort of mask and warded off the illusion spell, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
I had my hands on Holar. Almost had him. Son of a bitch. Fucking magic, he teleported out.
Funny that. And you are?
I'm Selune, I'm also with the Lanterns. What brings you here?
I work here.
I was about to say!
I thought the fine gowns meant they were from the party.
You might have been.
I think both.
Yeah. Alright, so I take it you were the one who apprehended the individual in there.
Can we see?
Why would I give you access to my prisoner?
No, I meant like, can we see in
Oh.
while we're talking?
Yeah, there is what seems to be a figure chained up, arms crossed, and the face is facing the wall.
Okay.
And there is another half up male just laying into her back.
Okay, so obviously female.
Doesn't mean much for a changeling.
No, but we don't know it's a changeling from where we are unless I can make a perception check.
Perception check.
A lot of those tonight.
Would her appearance be like shaking, if anything?
16.
Looks like a half orc.
Looks like a half orc. Okay.
So we're part of an ongoing investigation regarding Halar. There was another individual that we had previously apprehended who escaped. We have reason to believe that may be the individual that you guys apprehended.
She was at least at the party, and she would know a lot about Halar. Realize you got dibs on her. We understand that, but I think we're trying to.
We have
I'll
information
piece
that
this
might
out.
help you, and you might have information that might help us.
We want.
Assuming she's talking.
And if she's not talking, then our boss doesn't need her to talk.
He turns to the side, and you see, with just a basic perception check, that he's got a long string of like tribalistic tattoos going up the right side of his neck that are blue. And he just kind of shakes his head for a moment, and the only information that I'm able to deem out of her is that she serves the son of Kyber.
I thought it'd be him. Her. It. Person.
So, doesn't look like Halar. She giving you a name?
I've got many names.
What's your name?
That's a good question.
Tybrin.
Tybrin?
Tybrin de Medani.
So he's
Tybrin?
Yeah.
Oh, nice!
Nice.
I can spell fantasy names, guy.
That was T-I...
Tybren.
Would I recognize? Do we recognize the?
Make a history check.
See, that's what I wanted. Thank you.
I was gonna say.
Go, Grandpa.
I was,
And I'm not good at history. Can someone help me? Would be nice.
I'll also look.
I've been very check heavy,
Right.
so.
I don't remember.
I don't
Trained
have
in
a
it.
formal education.
Like,
Are people who are trained in history
Me
are
neither.
currently watching all together?
I mean, I'm trained in history. I just
Okay,
had bad
well
luck.
then.
Oh, I
Yeah,
can assist.
What'd you get?
I got 10.
Okay. You've seen one of these marks before. You saw it on Theon's left wrist.
Oh shit.
So he's marked. Okay.
He's at the Dragon Mark House Madani and has the mark. Now to remember what the Madani mark does.
With the 10 basic information, you know that their mark is the mark of, frick frack. Wow, I blanked.
That's a
Marker
weird
frick
marker
frack.
for
Oh my
wow.
goodness.
The mark is censorship.
It's not finding, it is the mark of,
Wouldn't that be like the mark
Detection.
of silence?
Detection.
yes.
Huh.
That might actually be useful.
That would be highly
That's probably
useful.
how a private family became a government organization.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely.
Well, with the names of the
Detection,
Inquisition. that's
detective.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ha, get it.
Wow.
What? So anyway, Tybrin. Frosia's not talking.
Okay.
Like, we're in a position, you two are in command. here.
Yeah, like we have no rank here.
I mean,
Like,
you're allowed to ask questions by all means, but
Yeah, I think you guys actually spent more time with the suspect than we did.
yeah.
all we know is that she's a bitch. But
Listen, I know the Inquisition likes to keep its secrets and further its agenda, and that's all jolly and great. We just tried to save as many people as we could, and kind of failed spectacularly on that front.
Yes, you did.
Yes, we did.
Well, you certainly didn't help, so.
But it would have been worse if we weren't there. And we did take down the goddamn beholder. Anyway.
Can you spare us 5 minutes with her?
My sister died in my arms tonight. You'll have 3.
I understand what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
And
He just gives out a whistle as like the man inside the cell is about to crack down on everybody's thing, and he just kind of gives them a nod, walks off. They leave the cell open, but they do not leave you guys alone with her.
okay. Time's ticking. So we walk in. Make our way to her.
Okay.
At a closer look, do I recognize anything other than just like this bloody pulp of half-orc?
Make me a medicine check.
Yeah, would changelings have any ability to recognize other changelings?
That's a good question.
I think your slippery mind helps. To that degree.
If not...
Do you
No, I don't.
that thing?
Does she seem to react at all to any of us entering, such as those two that she should know?
She's facing the wall, so all she's hearing is footsteps.
I was gonna say,
No
is
immediate
she
response.
against the wall?
No.
She's hanging in the middle,
of the
cell.
room.
Yeah.
Alright, so I walk up to her and I just grab her face and turn her.
Quick medicine check on that front. That would be. I got +1 to medicine. That's 12.
Okay. From the quick glance at her back, you notice that the gashes aren't bleeding profusely. It seems like they've been cauterized the second they hit.
That's.
Lightning and.
So keep what they do. Keep doing what they're doing longer without offering the occasional. Oh, by the way, you get a little heal. And we're gonna keep going.
I can cure wounds.
It's not necessary. Unless
Might make her like us, talk to us a bit more. I don't know.
you keep it on deck.
I think she knows that we don't like her. Because I've turned her face towards the group now.
It's not like you don't lie.
Chains kind of creak as like her body shifted around. Like has tawny, like on verge of brown skin, dark hair back in dreads. She's like, they won't let me go no matter what I say. Because I have to get back to my son.
Insight check.
Yeah,
I think for the duality they should get an advantage.
I mean, it's it up to you. Whoever wants the advantage is just the one roll versus the two.
I've got +4.
I have +7.
I will assist you.
Oh, both suck.
I mean, that one's a lot better than that one.
15.
Okay. Yeah, she's definitely lying. The tells are there, but between the pain, it's kind of just the occasional like wincing. And
Oh, now it's not. It's like you're not even trying.
That's cute. So, listen.
What were you doing there?
Where?
You know where you were.
This is where
Why were you
Cosmai's
at
zone
the
of
museum?
truth would be very helpful.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting into his own
It's
zone.
under the
Yeah, I was like,
Alrighty, so
We managed to get Halar.
No response.
We left him over at the other place. Back where we found him, with you, actually.
No response.
listen, if you want to go so bad, you got to give us something.
I should die.
Well, you're not doing a very good job of staving that off,
Yeah, I don't mind seeing you in a cell for the rest of your days.
which might be tomorrow.
I think you've put yourself in a pretty fine mess.
Why are they doing this?
What
were you doing there?
What did you want with the mask?
What mask?
Wait, we can get it later.
The mask of the Black Dragon. Cut the bullshit.
Cut the crap.
I take my mask off, turn my back toward the two watching, but so you can still see I take the mask off, and I'm wearing Halar's face, like, cut the bullshit.
That. Make an intimidation check.
Hold on.
Oh, you should have let me.
No. Can I use my Unsettling Visage to gain advantage on it?
Does that do damage?
No, Unsettling Visage, once per short rest, when a creature you can see makes an attack roll, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage. It's basically like you use your shapeling to like make yourself like really scary for a second. So could I like really just kind of like?
Alright, I'll give you an advantage.
And I burn that. I can't use that for another short rest.
Mm-hmm.
22.
Okay. She freezes for a moment and looks at you like directly.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the wrong side, brother.
I'm not on the side that just murdered a museum full of people over a mask. I'm not on the side that burned a tower down.
I've never killed anyone.
But you certainly helped, so that's adorable. Now, what is the mask for?
I don't know.
You don't know? Or you're not
Inside
telling me?
check.
Should I roll it?
Advantage.
I was gonna say, like, can I just
How many times are we gonna do that?
can I just sit here being like listening and be lie detector and kind of have guidance on myself this whole time?
I'll just spice your shit. Jesus.
Motherfuck!
But you have advantage, don't you?
Mm-mm.
No?
No.
Damn.
Because he's actively questioning, I'm just
True.
inciting. 14.
Hard to read.
Hard to read. Oh. Okay. Sorry, there's cheese appeared in my mouth. Anyway. What could have possibly made this all worth it?
I don't know.
What grand scheme? Sorry, what?
I don't know if you'd understand.
Well, I certainly won't if you don't tell me anything about it, so try me.
I can certainly try.
So I've been on the tail end of massacres like this. It's not fucking fun. So you better have a damn good reason.
Oh, okay. She pauses for a long moment as my music just decides to kick out. I've been on your side. The ones that fight for justice, the ones that fight for the law. The years I fought their wars, stole their secrets. Only to be discharged with honors to find that my home had been burned to the ground. And for a moment, a split second, you watch as her face is changing. Like there's like a burning sensation as it changes into a male changeling. There's ashes cindering away.
Do I recognize this?
Nope.
What, the face that's changing into?
So
I watched my father burn alive.
I lean in. I can make a sleight of hand check if you want, but just trying to like shield my face from the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
I drop mine.
Mm-hmm.
So did I. Sharn, 20 years ago.
We should be fighting the same fight I am.
I don't know what fight you're fighting. All I see is the tail end of the bullshit that you're causing because of it. So if you're gonna try to convince me, or anyone else in here, that you have any inkling of what the fuck is right, you gotta give me something.
She exhales, and you see her form not necessarily drop, but a more white-skinned tone. And as the bone structure changes into a very elegant face, and she's got silver-lined hair with blue streaks in it. Her irises are almost inverted, go to a black, and pupils are like a stark silver white.
You writing this down?
No. I'm still back at. They both survived the Changeling Silver Flame thing.
I'm trying to focus on the conversation instead of splitting my attention. So
I know.
I saw you had
Okay, I'm recording it.
Oh, good. That's right. Okay.
Just like college.
Okay, so is this changeling form that she's assumed, or?
You can assume so.
Okay. Do I recognize this? Every time she changes faces, I'm going to be asking this. Do I recognize?
Not necessarily. This could be her form. This could be another's form.
Mm-hmm. When I mentioned the Sharn fire, did she react in particular?
Roll an insight check.
I thought that was a 2. It's not. It's not a whole lot better with her passive. That would be 13.
Hard to read, but because she showed a semblance of a true form to you, possibly.
So listen, you and your friend Halar causing a lot of fucking trouble. Especially for me. Not that you give a shit. Anyway, we have no idea what possible angle this could all be for the greater good. Burning down a museum to steal a mask.
Strike them hard.
Strike them hard? Who's them?
The humans.
The humans?
Humans have elves. Elves, it's all the same. They've been in charge for far too long. Too many people have suffered for their devastation.
You're not going to find an argument out of me there.
You're only going to see you as a monster. Believe me.
I'm all aware. That doesn't mean stooping to their level. We can be better than that. Someone has to.
And how do you know with that stunt you didn't kill your own kind?
I don't.
At least 24 people died. You whined earlier about how you're a mother, but think of all the families that you've wounded.
I don't think I know. The faces I take are the people that they've killed for me.
Just because you don't have blood on your hands directly doesn't mean you're not responsible.
Chains tighten for a minute. Then
Sitting in a boat atop a pool of blood.
In fact,
Yeah, you're not bloodied, but you're still at cause.
Hashtag not all humans.
Not all races.
Hashtag not all elves.
listen, I understand the
Changeling
the
life.
need for revenge. I get it. I'm working on my own. But that isn't going to end up as another massacre. I refuse. Someone's going to get what's coming to them, and that'll be enough for me. Because that person who's directly responsible is going to be dealt with. But the friends, the family, the surrounding townsfolk, all that bullshit, that's not going to be on my hands. Not if I can help it.
it won't be on your hands. You won't have a choice.
We're talking about the same thing here.
You don't know what's coming.
So enlighten me.
What is going?
What do you know?
What do you know?
Ask you first.
I asked you second.
Time.
Pause for a minute. She tries to recoil for a minute as like the chains creak.
And what was the second one? I'm sorry.
We're on a stretcher.
Either freedom or death.
Okay.
So we have confirmed reports that she's with some cult of Kyber, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this thing that's coming, does it have anything to do with this cult of Kyber you seem so infatuated with?
Things we know out of character. She's with the cult of Kyber. They took a mask that was sensed to have some sort of summoning power that had Kyber crystals in it.
It had Kyber crystals in it.
So
Several
if
ancient languages.
anyone knows how to recharge or where to get Kyber crystals, maybe it'd be the cult of Kyber. And also, when we were talking to Varrock, she gave us a prophecy of trying to destroy the borders between realms, aka raise Kyber, is what we believe it to be.
Dragon Ball.
So we think that they're actively trying to destroy this world.
So
Because that is the cult's belief, central belief that Vash told us, that they honestly believe that the world would be better run by the chaos of Kyber than by the elves and humans that run it now.
So what's your base case scenario here? What's your vague goal? Just destroy all humans and
Unleash
everybody's
Adam, let
happy
the most
who's
fit
left?
survive.
I played my part. What's done is done.
Doesn't have to be.
it caused a lot of damage, but we can still fix it. You can still help us fix it.
You can't fix what's been broken for so long.
I can end. I mean, both figuratively and literally.
Some spells aren't strong enough.
Yes, it will take time. I'm not saying that it will not take time. Take it for an experience.
I don't think mass extinction is quite the answer.
They've done it past time and time again.
And they're wrong for that. And they will pay. They will have their judgment.
So I'm still leaned in close, and like I've got my hood up, but like she can see my face. I lean in a little closer, and like I dropped the full story. It's just not all wounds heal, and I get that. But that doesn't. Do you think you're honestly going to make a better place for our kind by just living up to the stereotype of monsters that they see us as? Truly?
If we rule the world, they won't have a choice.
We rule what's the point of ruling the world? Especially if
there's no
There's
world left.
nothing
yeah,
to
there's
rule.
Not only that, perfect, you ruled the world, you get into the position that you are trying to fight against. You are becoming the one that you do not want to be ruling in the first place.
Make a persuasion check.
I was gonna say, yeah.
all you're doing is
Oh, perfect.
Nice.
that's a good one, yeah.
Persuasion?
So all you're doing is saying you're putting us down, so I should rule you and put you down.
23.
Never-ending cycle.
Because you get into the position, perfect, you're ruling. But then the ones that you have been ruling at this point will see you in the same light that you are seeing everyone else.
You're casting out the monsters only to become monsters. You ever shown your true face to someone and they just call you a monster for it, and you're like, your gut reaction is, No, how could you say that? You don't know me at all. You're doing that to an entire race. What they've done to us, and they've tried to wipe us out before, and we are still here. You're not going to wipe all of them out. It'll never happen. It's only going to reverse the cycle. At best. I'm going to put my mask on. Okay.
Sorry, I told you to get personal.
Like this topic right here.
Kind of.
After the intensity's done, I'll allow you guys to make perception checks if you go in like...
Oh no, I plan it.
Yeah, of course.
Pauses for a moment. Just kind of finding a spot on the ground to look forwards towards before her face changes back into a human. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Now a scar across the right cheek. Gash down the throat. A moment passes. Changes into a face of a human male. Beard. Darker hair, green eyes. And each maybe 20 seconds that passes is a different face. My abilities let me keep the memories of those that fall at my feet. Every single person, every soul, every countless life they took so that I could steal their knowledge and their hearts. I have over 1,000 minds swimming around in my own head. They dare tell me that they don't deserve what's coming. I did this for the sake of Breland. I did this for the sake of the war.
The war's over.
The war's still fighting. It will never end.
I think we need to get Bash involved.
That would put the proverbial bullet in it, yeah. And that's it?
Pauses for a minute. Why do you want to stop this? What do you have to gain?
We have the gain of not losing what we have. What little we have.
Any progress you think you're making in this is only going to throw us back as a whole. And what you're doing, what you're specifically doing, isn't going to help fix massacres like what happened tonight or what happened in the Changeling slums. It's
Don't
only
you
going to make it
think
worse.
that what this other group is using you for, you're just allowing yourself to be used and used and used again? If they cared, you wouldn't be in the cell. So the one hurting you is yourself.
You're playing into the story that you hate.
Just kind of pauses and chuckles for a minute before she just shakes her head. You wish to find him. Think like a Kenneth. Guards!
I have one more question.
Did she
undercurve?
say guards or?
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Why the undercurve? Why look for monsters to help you? Why not the rest of your cultish friends?
What do you think we are?
Say, what do you think we are?
Yeah.
Nothing more than monsters at this point. I'll walk out. Think like a Kenneth?
Mm-hmm.
If you two, three, wanna, I can count. process. We're probably nearing the end of our time, but any last second questions before we get ushered out? Feel free. I'm gonna walk up to what's his fuck.
Yeah, I think we need
Tyrone.
to let him know that our superior needs to speak with the suspect because it is the one that we've been hunting. And
So-
to
so
keep
please.
her alive for
I'll-
that time.
I walk up to Tybrin and I'm, listen, so I've got some info. I'm not sure how much of it is new news to you, but I can say Vash will probably be able to get the full story if he's allowed to.
We plan on moving her in the morning.
Where are you moving her to?
Road,
Note,
capital city.
Breland?
Could that be delayed so that our superior could... Well, he doesn't quite speak with them. Are you familiar with Vash?
I'm sure they are.
He just kind of gives you like a raised eyebrow for a minute.
He could get a lot more information than your whips can.
This is true.
It's not as visually striking, but it's much more effective.
It might not feel as good, but we'll get the result we want faster, and so will you.
Right now, once word gets out, the people are going to want justice. She won't survive 48 hours.
They won't know she's here.
What time?
She's going to be tried and executed and hanged on the morrow.
On tomorrow?
Faster we move, the less likely she'll get away.
I get it. Just let Vash have half an hour with her.
Persuasion check.
If you want the full story before you close the book, persuasion, it's a P, damn it. Alright, 19.
Okay.
We'll get Vash here as soon as we can. But
And if you truly... She's not working alone, we can tell you. You
Well-
probably guessed that. So if you truly want justice for your family and all the families who lost this night, then your best bet is to let Vash speak with her.
it would help.
Because she's just a minion at this point.
More than that.
It would help get justice for your sister. And once again, I know that pain. You have... You know what's just so funny? I don't know if I should say sympathies or condolences, but you have them.
Just kind of gives you a nod. Right. Chuckles for a minute and gives a disgusted look back at himself. My father is right-handed king, and I cannot simply allow this to stand. This is a deep cut to all of us. Every single house that was up there.
Oh, we agree.
We're not
Our
saying...
only argument is that we need to get the maximum amount of information out of her.
Yeah,
Before you do it, you will.
we're not saying, no, don't kill her, she's innocent, because that's
She's not.
the biggest wad of horse shit this side of Breland. But we're just saying, we'll let our boss dig around her mind a little bit. And we'll probably all be better off for it.
Yeah, if we don't get the information she knows, this will happen again and again and again. Because she's only one. Out of many.
We got a clue out of it.
But not enough, yeah.
It might help shed some light. Did she mention anything about thinking like a Cannith to you?
What would an artificer have to do with this?
I don't know. But she said if you wish to find him, think like a Cannith.
And Vash could find out.
Yeah. And I think she might be talking about Halar, who we know got away. That is free information I give you. I just need you to let our boss have half an hour with her before...
Are we still in front of the thing that you're talking about? Like, right in front of her?
I don't really care at this point. Like,
She knows.
ding
She
dong,
has
the
to know.
bitch is dead. Like,
It was like, Jill was like, hey, so we don't want to kill you, but...
Like, I'm not like shouting like, before Lilith gets hung, but
Hanged.
She was a changeling. She was already hung.
can't confirm.
Oh my goodness.
Shots
You're
fired.
hung at the waist. You're hanged at the neck.
Anyway. Instead of just wasting potential information. That's all I ask.
Consider it.
Consider it. Like,
What more do you need? Why not? What do you have to lose? The people wouldn't know. We'd get more information.
What
How
time?
was this man able to escape your custody the first time?
Lilith.
Do you think there's more people like her?
Yes.
What do you mean people like her? Just agents?
Possibly.
Most likely. And I understand your point. The longer you wait, the more chance she has to escape. Get it.
I mean, we have more of their cultists in our custody already. They're just the more low-hanging fruit, so they were the ones who assisted with the massacre.
What time is she scheduled to do?
Can't tell you that information.
Okay. That's fine.
Well, he did say first thing in the morning.
Insight. Can you really not tell us? You just won't tell us because you're a dick.
Yes.
Yes to both.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna try to get Vash here first thing in the morning. It would help everybody out. If she was still here, we could talk.
What?
I said we're gonna try to get Vash here first thing in the morning. It would help everybody out if she's still here.
Just everyone just go around the city, cast message. Vash, are you there? Vash, are you there?
I mean,
Vash,
I'm not
are you
gonna
there?
lie. That's what I was thinking.
It's a big city.
It's a big city.
though.
Miles
3
high.
years later, I can't find him anywhere.
And he can't respond.
He can't
Yeah.
respond.
He's on mute.
Can we, like, send message to his secretary?
Yeah, we can certainly try.
So that when
We could have had Cosmai send message before.
It's okay.
Tell her, hey Vash, I know you can't respond, but
Get here.
get here quick.
Hopefully
got
she
some
thought
cultists.
about it.
We're not gonna get anything more of a maybe than this guy. So
Oh yeah, but we might get Bash.
no, I mean I'm talking about the guy we're talking
The
to.
guy we're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
no, fucking.
Is
You're
it
not gonna
just...
give
I
us
mean,
the-
it's gotta be
I'd
like
rather not.
4:30 in the morning. We're basically at first thing in the morning. If we just keep stalling for time.
I was gonna say, first thing in the morning. It's morning now.
Go home. Get some rest.
Don't have one.
My condolences.
You have to win.
You can't inside check. It's a bullshit lie.
Oh, I know. He's like, I don't give a shit. Get the fuck out of my face.
Prepare yourself for a bloodbath. Comes in more shapes than just fighting on the streets.
Yeah, that would be what we're trying to prevent. That's why we would really like if you would allow our superior to talk to the suspect.
I'll consider it.
He's made his decision. We just don't know what it is yet. All right. Well, happy well night.
Guard goes back in, slings out the whip, it starts crackling with electric energy. Yeah, it is. He hasn't slung it yet.
Well,
He's about.
that was his pre-warm-up
Okay.
swing. Didn't. Oop.
What shall I do?
I'm gonna sit and watch for one more lash.
Alright.
I'm not.
What time is it?
Closer to 4 o'clock.
Okay, so it's not 5. I was just like, it might be around 5.
You turn and watch as the whip just goes straight across your face and down her neck.
Oh,
When
now.
it hits, it's like a searing surge of electricity and pain as it just cracks across the skin.
Does her form, like,
You see
ripple a bit, like Mystique?
Yeah, it's a hard thing to watch. There's the second that it lands, the scar kind of tries, like the skin tries to, like, causate itself across and cells try to reform, but it can't quite push itself together.
Yeah.
Could have been so much more. Yep. Alright, so do we all leave the building?
Please.
I guess so. Alright.
What else would we do here?
Unless you want to go sneak around and look at their files.
Yeah, I guess we could go talk to the bookkeeper. There must have been some kind of check-in procedure for when they brought her in.
It'll be okay.
They don't seem that organized.
So, if we all leave, I'm gonna wait until we get about like a block away and be like, so, Selune.
That prick!
What a bitch.
I mean, we have another one. I got it.
These fucking houses have their heads so far up their asses, they can smell what they're eating. Anyway.
You see the face that he's
Not all
making.
houses.
All houses.
I mean, technically you can smell what you're eating without having your head that far up here. Okay.
Never mind. No direct offense.
But offense.
Not to Alhu.
Sorry.
So.
Hashtag no offense.
So, Selune. If you could, I know we all need some sleep, but if you could go back to the Corp and just try to catch Vash if he goes back there first.
I'll go sit in his office.
Yep. I'm gonna hang out and just watch.
Watch what? The station?
Yep.
So you're
All
watching
night?
the Inquisition.
Mm-hmm.
We're splitting the party.
Okay.
I go back and I get the secretary to let me in Vash's office.
Okay. How late are you guys gonna stay up?
You should
My
just
con-
fall asleep at his desk.
My constitution's like out the wazoo. I think I'll be okay.
Okay.
My constitution is not out the walls. But I'm mostly full health, so if anything happens, I should be okay. Exhaustion sucks if I'm suffering that, but
You guys are going back to Betty's?
That, or we can camp out with him and help take watch.
I mean, I can meditate. So.
yeah, you got spell slots to recharge, and I think you do too.
Yeah.
Actually, not really. One.
Oh yeah, you
only.
firebolted your way to victory. That's right.
Well,
One only.
After that-
Would this
I need
even
a
count
beer.
as a long rest?
Huh?
It's like a nap, isn't it?
My meditation?
It's,
Well, like
It's
the
at least 6 hours.
yeah,
I
I don't
thought
think
it
we
was
have
at
6
least 4.
hours.
the meditation is 4 hours for a long rest.
Yeah.
4 to 6. Either way,
Is
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's
for
consecutive time that you guys are down for.
Yeah.
I've been asking this question a lot tonight, and I apologize, but
I didn't talk
based on prior knowledge, they'd probably try to take this chick out in like one of those like flying car things, right?
Could. There's other ways to get people places.
Shit, they probably have tunnels
Teleport.
and teleport. Okay, whatever.
I mean, capital city to police station, there's probably a teleportation circle.
Most
Yeah.
likely.
They walk through trees.
Can I see the
I swear it's a thing, guys. I swear I've seen it done.
whatever dock they have for the cars? Can I see that and the main entrance from like a central spot?
It's the difference of the sides of the buildings.
Okay, so I spend the night just ambling about between the two. Just every time I think I'm in cover, take a new
Okay.
face and appearance.
Alhu and Frosia, are you guys gonna stay with him?
should I stay?
Should I go now?
If we sleep, we get all of our spells back. I get an additional spell, and we get to level up.
True, we have not leveled up yet.
Yep.
Oh, we don't level up until we sleep?
You gotta sleep.
How long do we have to sleep for it to be a long rest?
For you guys, 8 hours.
Yeah, we ain't getting a long rest. Before shit happens again.
I mean, it's Halloween, guys. Who sleeps on Halloween?
I went to the main fridge for the beer. I forgot you had a beer, please.
So you,
Oh, you know.
at this point, I would like the all roll Constitution saving throws.
I don't want to leave him alone, but I don't want to stay out tonight.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I offered because
I mean, even if they go to transporter, what all can we really do?
just watching. Also, if
14.
for some reason they're like super well organized and I stage a coup, then I should be able to get some kind of. No, I don't have advantage on this.
On Constitution saving throws, you shouldn't.
I went to grab 2 dice. Like, what the fuck am I doing? I
Oh, okay.
verbally slapped myself. Yeah, 12.
Okay.
Oh, you opened it. Okay.
Here. What's up? What'd you get?
Oh, I haven't done it.
Constitution saving throws.
Oh, yay!
Oh, I thought we were going back to sleep.
That's what I was asking.
Well, that's the. Are you staying up or? If you're staying up with Jackal for the watch, you can still take short rests, but it's taking naps is not the same as sleeping.
Yeah.
Sleeping.
Because that's the thing, I can throw up the dome if we find a little spot to camp.
I'm gonna pop a gun and white walk. Is it?
I mean,
Oh,
Okay, that's on-
we can at least test the dome
Yeah,
out. We
12,
have not
so that's
tested the
success.
dome out.
oh, success.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I didn't hear you
That
say
just
success.
mean
Yeah.
that no one can see us, and there's just a random dome sitting in the middle of wherever we find.
Yeah.
Can I take a little snoozle and bash his office?
That was the other
Imagine
option.
you were
Just
gonna
go
do-
over to his office and
go to sleep there until he gets there.
Yeah, like everyone in the building knows, like, oh shit, she's in there.
That seems more logical to me.
This is like what I do to my boss at work.
just sit in his chair waiting for him to show up. Sounds about right.
I mean, I get it though.
Just turn around. Hey.
I just go
Welcome
to my
to
boss's
office.
office.
Sitting there
she
with a
walks
cat.
in.
Oh, my constitution's
Like you
actually
last
not
session.
that bad.
What's up? Okay,
So if I stay up, it's gonna be a 24.
you're fine.
14 if I stay up.
Okay, you're fine.
Oh, it's a long fucking night.
Alright.
At least
You
you're
find
not
yourself
If I
going to
sleep,
get a
I
couple
can change
beers
my
for everyone.
spells. I would like to change my spells.
Nope, gotta sleep. Well,
I don't.
we'll hold on that. You go and get a couple beers in the interims while you guys are standing there watching a seamlessly moving empty building.
Oh, someone stuck with me.
Yep, these two did.
So we like find a place to camp out, and I'll put the dome up.
The dome of.
The
Tiny hut.
Tiny hut. Rod of tiny hut, 10-foot radius immobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you. It remains stationary for the duration.
The Rod of Alarm, that was what went into the MacGuffin Maker 5000, so it got upgraded.
Okay. I'm still doing like my patrol, and every time I like duck in and out, I know when there.
Yep.
It's a completely different person.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're camped out nearby.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be out in the open all night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
If you want a beer, come on over.
Yeah, literally.
Come on, Bear, come over. It's nice and toasty in here.
Yeah,
You can come and go as you please. I'm gonna try and like.
This hut's reminding me of those like radio ads for the glamping tents.
Great.
Clamping.
I mean, I'm used to roughing it, even though we paid for a night at Thaddeus.
I
You
mean,
didn't have to stick with me.
Yeah, but then I feel bad. Because then you're out here by yourself, and then you go dying, and then
it's fine.
we're like, oh, we didn't stay because he was being stupid.
Mine's the dying part. I'm used to it.
You want to roll a perception check to see if you saw
Yes.
see that thing?
a perception thing.
Yep.
Do
this
that
is
thing.
this is your being active to see it. So. I'm
Do
not
I-
calling it.
Otherwise,
Do I
I'm going
pose
to
a
try
sleight
and
of hand?
sleep as much as I can.
Do I pose with sleight of hand?
God damn, I've been rolling
you
shit
were
tonight.
talking to Lilith, so
I was like trying to position, but I wasn't like overly concerned. I was conscious of it. So
yeah.
you said what?
I've been rolling shit
Perception?
tonight. I rolled 14
Nope.
perception.
Oh, then I rolled less.
You're fine.
You catch a hint of white skin, like pale white, like the ass one time when I pulled my pants down.
Oh, I remember that. Okay.
Oh, this was to look at your face.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought this was to looking at.
I thought it was like
Oh.
keeping an eye out.
Yeah,
for-
that's what I was rolling.
Oh,
for.
but I was confused.
Well, it's a
In due
normal
time,
a
fellas.
normal night. The panic and the disturbance happened literally almost a mile above you guys, so rumors are gonna spread, but probably not till it hits the papers in the morning.
I'm just gonna say, before I fall asleep, think like an artificer.
Yeah.
Artificers imbue things, they make things. They put magic into items. Like charging crystals?
Maybe.
Roll an intelligence check.
Be worth asking. Am I? Is this back on one of the like short breaks?
Hey!
I mean, this is in the tiny hut.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
They use crystals to enchant things, but mostly the artificers, from what you know, work kind of like wizards.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize I moved.
And they can
Almost
give
ate
their
it.
spells to other people. They make things, they can do quick enchantments, they build constructs, they build wands, and they can give their spells to other people.
Darman is a Caneth, right?
They can give their
No,
spells
but
to
he's an
other
artificer.
people.
Okay.
He's an artificer, Devola was an artificer.
House Cannith is humans. Most of them were wiped out in the damn morning.
They were the ones who made the Warforge.
Did I hear correctly? They can give their spells to others.
Correct.
Yeah, through items.
Artificers are rad, dude.
No. I'm in the like that thunder step.
But usually when they do it, it's done like a one-time thing.
Perfect.
One and done.
It
You
only
put
needs
it. You put it in an item. You can use the item one time. It's done.
perfect. It only needs a one-time use if you're captured.
Hey. So he's an artificer. No, he's not an artificer. He's a
Who?
Hold on. What was the question that she gave that answer to? How do we find him?
Think like an artificer. Think like a.
You wish to find him, think like a Caneth.
There we go.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Probably. I'm gonna see this one of the points I'm sitting down with them. It's probably along the lines of if we want to track down Halar, we're gonna have to think like a Caneth. So it'd probably be worth asking Darman. I know he's not a Caneth, but he's an artificer. Do we know any Caneths?
As far as I don't know.
You guys met one at the party.
Yeah.
Who's who Pilar was masquerading against.
The Sair. Because House the Caneth was from Sair, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're pretty broken.
And he did that big, long speech. Did he do that speech before or after dropping form?
During.
Yeah.
Okay.
He dropped form at the last stanza.
So I wonder if that whole thing was just to put pressure on House Caneth and kind of frame him for it, or if he's part of it, or if it's just another step in this.
Not necessarily.
Or just a face that he could use to get in.
Exactly. A face that is decently recognized.
But he did have a long
Okay.
speech that I felt like related to. I don't remember the entire speech, but it related to like rich people celebrating and preying upon like the misfortunes of the poor and shit. And I feel like it felt personal, but it could have just been scripted.
Again, it could have been.
I think it was a bit of
personal
both.
It's a little bit of both because take into consideration that their belief of trying to based on what we learned from Lilith in itself, it's these bitches are rich. They're there. They're ruling.
And they're living off the misfortunes of others.
Exactly. So we're gonna destroy them.
Darmond is known, as is Rayak, to have profiteered out of the war by selling arms.
Yep.
So
That was
they
in the
made
speech.
their fortune by spreading murder.
And that's where you can get the speech from, and that's where you can connect it to a personal matter.
So it was personal for him. He wrote it out, but it also
Yes.
was planned. I think he was in front of a mirror at least 5 times before that night. Back to the
You know those.
He just
even,
made some lackeys like listen and clap at the end of
Even
everyone.
charismatic talkers, you just practice. In
I
front
mean,
of
I
the
get it though.
Metagaming, if he's a warlock, he's probably got really good charisma, so.
Mm-hmm.
For a warlock, is it charisma or is it
Charisma.
It's charisma too? Okay.
It's funny how there's more charisma spellcasters than there are intelligence spellcasters at this point.
I mean,
I think
for that
so.
one, we need
Yeah,
to be a wizard.
intelligence is just wizards.
And artificers.
And
Or
'Cause essentially they
intelligence
have-
artificers.
Artificers have wizard spells.
Yeah.
Mhm. Their spells actually are more bardic. Because they're buffers.
Bards, sorcerers, and warlocks are charisma.
Mhm.
Clerics and druids and paladins.
Do I need to make any checks just to notice anything during my patrols or attempt to stay low key?
Go ahead, roll me a perception check. You hear a bird.
It must be morning.
Okay. 1995. That's perception 23.
Okay.
I can do math.
In
Go to college.
one of your passings, you see a drunkard try to go down the alley, kind of release himself next to a trash can, and like kind of spies like, "Hey, there's the party!"
Over there.
Starts heading towards the tiny hut. These two have shown.
Why?
Tries to walk into the wall, like clunk into like a glass dome. Like, let me in! I know it's good. It's just like,
Are we awake for this, or are we sleeping?
Do
no, it's not you.
I see
That's
this?
a good question. Are we awake or are we sleeping?
Like, if there's a drunkard knocking on our
You're awake
door
now.
yelling at us, probably wakes us up. Like, this is why I don't like cities.
I kind of slink up. It's like, sorry, friend, this one's a private party, and I press 2 gold into his palm. But over, I point in a vague direction of the nearest tavern. Over there, that's where shit's lit. And pat him on the back and kind of,
Thanks, man.
minus 2 gold.
You see a head pop out. 2 fucking gold! Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, that's
Like,
still
you
not
could have done
necessary.
just one and he would be perfectly happy.
You could have just turned him around and pat him on the ass and he'd walk his merry way. He's a fucking drunk!
I'm sorry, is your coin purse lighter? Is it quieter? You're welcome.
You could have just given him a sip from your flask and sent him to the tavern.
I mean, that's also a good point.
Alright.
He just wanted more booze.
Just going for a party. Maybe something else, you know, because it's Wild Night.
Yeah, and he's not getting any of that here.
Oh my.
I don't know. You don't know what his constitution is. Okay.
2 gold did the job. It's fine.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
You make your way back to
It's okay.
the order.
That 20 thing.
Sit down at Vash's desk. Are you messing with any of the papers that he has, or you
I know
just
better.
waiting? Okay. So you kind of sit down, cross-legged, lean back into the chair. It's very comfortable, and the occasional like nodding of you just trying to stay awake, and you push and persevere through it. 4 o'clock rolls around. 6 o'clock. Yes. 7:05. 30 seconds is when the door unlatches and pushes forward.
7:05 and 30 seconds. So precise. Oh my goodness.
What, Mr. Keen Mind?
I mean, no, I'm not saying anything about it. It's
No,
just
no,
like,
this is perfectly-
So is he
Perfectly
5 minutes and
capable.
30 seconds late, or is he 45 minutes early?
Exactly. Wait a minute.
Good morning. The Madani's have Lilith.
Let's see. When
Coffee?
did this happen?
Is Vash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 hours ago.
So, have you heard yet about the massacre?
Been informed of it.
So, Lilith and Halar were the ones orchestrating it. The Madani's took Lilith into custody. Halar got away.
You hear like a guttural sigh, like protruding from his slashed up throat.
One of the younger nobles of House Madani is very eager to see Lilith executed this morning. So we asked for a stay so that you could go.
It's Tybrin.
Yeah, Tybrin. So that you might go get some more information out of her.
Are you good enough to walk?
Yep.
And kind of turns. And
I get some,
you guys rush her out.
You get coffee.
I get some D&D coffee in the lobby. Whatever they call it there.
They serve ye old Dunkin' Donuts.
I mean,
Because nobody enjoys that crap box.
I'm not gonna lie.
Coffee, they have
If you
brewed
are
beers.
working somewhere where you're essentially a cop, that you know that you're gonna be there overnight, multiple nights in a row, there has to be a coffee machine somewhere in
Yeah.
that building.
Eberron is wonderful.
I just throw down a little cup of coffee and
Straight
I
espresso.
grab
They're just like little
a
mana
fried
potions.
circular pastry.
Instead of like a Mr. Coffee maker, it's just a Mr. Mana.
Jesus. As you guys are leaving the building, you see a small human boy, newspaper cap on his hand. Extra, extra! Attack at Mithril Towers! Come get the Sean Inquisitive!
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Bash. You've got the primary source here.
Just like
Exhibit A.
that's them. We don't see this.
No.
I mean,
Can
they're
we-
starting to filter through into the city. Yeah. Who likes the document? That's what
I was
I'm
gonna say,
saying.
can I just like kid go by the dome and a hand just reaches out, grabs it, goes back in the dome, throws a gold out.
Oh wow, you're paying really much for
Yeah,
Or,
like,
no,
yeah,
not a
but-
gold, a silver.
Okay.
I hate
Goes
keeping
out-
track
right.
of the sub change.
Just yoink. And then the silver goes out.
Can we just
like,
retcon? Last time we were at the bank, everyone just changed the little
Made a bunch
gold
of
into
change.
smaller
No, that's what
pieces.
that's exactly what
I know.
I
I still have silver. Like I have been keeping track of my different ones.
Good.
Thank you.
You want to read it aloud for people?
I want to be like Katie.
Do it.
Tell me a story.
I work hard on these things.
Sean Inquisitive. Oh, so you know it's only like half right. It has the word Inquisitive in it. Attack at Gala. 53 dead in Mithril Towers. Sephiros 18th, 998. A mysterious assailant managed to spirit himself into a masquerade ball last night. The event was marked as a private opening for a History of Dragons museum, before opening officially to the public on the 20th. Names and motives remain unknown. Use of conjuration magic allowed the terrorist to summon a small abortion into a large...
Sorry, aberration.
into a large
It
crowd
was
of
basically an
partygoers.
aborted holder. That's why it was a baby one.
I mean,
The night's events were not without acts of heroism. Attending nobility confirmed there was hidden security amongst the party. One black-haired half-elf woman has noted turning into a bear and attacking the body. They think I have black hair.
I think you're a woman.
they think you're a woman.
Insurance said to cover damages and resurrection costs. Keeper Strong Frimmore and other members of the Flame have dedicated their services to raising those nobles of pure heart. Counsel with the Templars is being offered immediately upon the 10-day constraints upon magic to revive the lost. Does anyone know Spare the Dying? Feign rest, feign death in order. Gentle repose, that's the one I wanted. The man in question has not been caught, but 2 of his accomplices were captured. Trial and execution pending, likely for both. The city guard and the many eyes of House Madani asks
I will
in
when we're
full
walking.
that if any information can be given that will lead to the capture of the individual, they will be paid with a king's ransom.
I mean, we have some information.
I mean, next time we win, our check's gonna bounce.
Who's Keeper Strong Firemore? Fremore.
See it, Bash. That's what happened. The second assailant that we captured is back in custody at the office. But we figured Lilith is probably more important,
High priority.
especially since we do not have primary custody of her.
Especially because of that.
Just kind of looks down to a clock your watch and is like, she might already be gone. And leaves you in quite a bit of a haste.
Do we know what she's called?
We didn't see that.
Great.
We found shit.
But nothing. No one's walked in or out of the front of no
they don't technically
cars
have
have really
to.
taken off. So
They don't technically have to be.
I know that, but I'm eliminating variables.
I know, but still.
Jackal's an idiot, but he's smart in certain regards, and he knows the next bill.
Except
Takes-
magic.
Takes a 20-minute walk to get back to the Towers of Inquisition. He heads straight to the front door. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
To the front door of the.
Yeah.
Oh, so if I see them walking up, can I settle up with them?
16.
Yeah. So you
Okay.
with your
Oh.
keen eyes are able to see Jackal pacing. He's currently in the form of a nonchalant human.
He's like, yep, there's my associate. He's been trying to keep watch, although we believe there's probably a way for them to move her out within the building.
We can.
Hi, I'm the associate.
I get crankier without sleep.
Angry.
No, that was possible.
I got a notice from the lobby, so I'm not angry.
And that was psychic, so no one heard it.
It's fine.
Or if you did hear it, he chose for you to hear it.
I mean, true though.
Oh, I love this character.
He's a good one. He's a good one.
Alright,
Are we following them in?
I'd imagine.
so you guys rejoin, go right back up to the front door.
Selune, if you would.
I'm giving the boss a chance first.
Knocks on the door very politely. No response for a good 5 minutes. Before that, a half-elf male comes to the door. Different than the secretary,
Okay.
the different person that you said last night. Dirty blonde hair. Yeah, what you need? And for a split second, he pauses, and then he drops to the ground asleep. And Ash walks straight up.
I guess
I
that.
like his style.
I like this. Huh.
You guys follow
Night
me?
night, asswipe, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck yes. I need to see this.
Alright. You guys, where were
I
the...
also, as an aside, tell Vash, like, listen, so Tyburn's been touchy. His sister was one of the casualties last night, and they were going to town on Lilith.
Where were they holding him?
The cell right down here.
Right this way.
Okay. You guys lead the way. What's your guys' passive wisdoms?
That's the with.
Yeah.
14.
17.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, 17 for me.
13.
Okay.
Really need to get you like a sending stone or something, Vash, because we were waiting here all night.
Some of us sleep.
Some of us would have liked to.
Some of us sleep.
Frosia, you feel a small tickle at the back of your head. But he's not digging deep. I rolled a 19 to do detect thoughts on all of you guys, so... But you're not... It's fine.
It's like, are we really what's important right now?
Yes, actually.
Actually, I told you. I didn't feel a thing though, did I?
Nope.
Okay, never mind.
I'm
Just
almost
him.
positive I didn't.
Alright. So you guys go down the hallway. The light source is only from that single window that leads into this area. It's still pretty dark in here, even with the outlet candles. As you guys go down to that holding cell, completely vacant.
Probably.
Fucking you.
Oh, she was here. She said, if she's not in the compound, then they're probably on their way to Roth.
Root.
Root? I don't know why I put that off.
You have not book educated.
He pauses for a moment before he
It's the
goes into the cell and stoops
WROAG.
down, places his hand in like a small trail of blood, and then his eyes like flash with a white divination light.
He's
Location.
Scrying, but close.
It's a location spell.
It's along the same lines.
Okay. He stays stationary for a good 30 seconds before he blinks back out. And just kind of nods. She's currently within the capital. You don't want to see that.
What?
You don't want to see that. What were you able to do for them last night?
Well, it was a lot of self-righteous circle talk.
A lot of it.
The end goal is to primarily take revenge on humans, half-elves, and the ruling races. That is something she toted a lot, and she thinks she's very much in the right, as these people typically tend to be.
Huh?
She did tell us, if you wish to find him, think like a Caniff, and we think that's something in regards to Halar. We also shared this information for free with Tybrin. I'm hoping that might be enough of a show of good faith for him to not be a dick, but we expect from a fucking Madani.
It might be the favor down the line, but the houses are going to do what the houses will do.
Well, for one, I'm sick of that bullshit.
Bitches gonna be bitches.
So,
That's why they're the ruling classes of the city. Just kind of takes his hands and tries to get the blood off.
the
You know, it
Tybrin.
kind of
Helping with
sounds
that.
like we're starting to be
There you
a
go.
little empathetic to their cause here. The way we're talking about houses.
I mean, we can be frustrated. We're trying to help, and
Oh, yeah.
they don't hold us.
That's because we're not fighting against the system doesn't mean you prove it.
I'll do no offense. To you. Directly.
He's married in.
Wait a minute!
So you don't count.
I do my best to relay
That.
all important info we got out of it, but all that sticks out in Tyler's head was a lot of. She believes she's played her part. And you know what? Just do the thing. Okay.
You watch your memories get replayed back, and there's one point where when she starts talking about the war, there's a pause before he continues on.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of nods and stays silent there for a moment.
And because they said that she's getting hung today. Hanged.
Nice grammar.
Been practicing.
English is a stupid language.
It is.
Grammar saves lives.
If you're paying attention to it, they surely can.
In the time of the last war, the Lanterns used to be spies of the king.
So is she formerly a lantern? Is that why she has those other minds implanted within her?
Possibly.
She did mention service.
So Vash doesn't know if she was part of a lantern? Or he's just not telling us? Insight check.
I don't think I can insight check Vash.
Go ahead.
I
You
mean,
still might have facial tells.
natural 1.
Hard to read.
Yeah.
You get a verbal bitch slap. Sorry, a mental bitch slap.
I mean, how do you read verbal cues on someone who speaks telepathically?
Just pauses.
Just comes to you in like a robot font.
01001.
001 1100.
That's so funny. And then 112. What?
I think I saw two.
Wow.
So what's her next step?
What is your next step?
So
Well, our current job was
possible. Lilith was a lantern.
to babysit the shit sticks for to use as bait from Lilith, but she's caught and currently on her way to get executed. So we did our job the best as we could.
Most likely.
The situation is not the most ideal, but the means to the end has been fulfilled. Her husband is still at large, but as far as the current contract is considered, it is incomplete. So
What
I
would our
asked
next
you-
I had an
assignment be?
idea about that. Finding her husband, at least.
Which is?
Go on.
Well, you just did like a little spell where you could see things, right?
Right?
He's currently holding the mask. So wherever the mask is, he's going to be.
That is true.
Or you could just scry on him too.
Which mask? Oh, the mask.
The dragon mask.
Oh, sorry.
Your love in life.
Exactly. Like,
You just said the mask. We were each given a mask, and he
So,
was wearing a
question,
mask.
did
so.
we get
It was Jackal heaven.
We didn't get a long rest,
No.
right?
No.
So I still have the same spells as yesterday.
If we're lucky, we'll get to go back to Thoughties.
That's a fair point, though.
I can do that. But now, there's a spell I can do find object, and if it's within like, not nearly as far of a distance as scrying, but like 1,000 feet, I can sense it. So that'll be like needles in a haystack every now and then. Shoot it up. But
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
that's a
half a
thing.
mile.
Vash, would you be able to scry on a mask just based on my memories of it? I inspected it a lot.
So is that, or we're calling it now?
It takes a minute. You don't focus. Takes a minute, his eyes go white again. He stops and has almost a very curious, puzzled look on his face. So I can't get a beat on it.
Great.
Like at all.
There's complications to the spell. If an object or a person is not on this plane, you can't find it. Or, like most spells, if it is too far out of reach, or reasons why I use the lead walls.
Surrounded by tin wall. Lead.
Okay, well,
Also underneath the earth can cause interference.
so you already figured out that she's in the capital and in not good shape.
It's hard to imagine
AKA
her
she's
being,
about to die.
hard to imagine her being worse than we saw her this morning.
So there's nothing we can do about that? At least just...
And we could run over and break her out.
I mean, no, she deserves what she's getting.
We're pretty
but-
good at breaking people out that shouldn't be broken out.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Please don't do that again.
That's how we'll get our next players. We'll just
Not it,
we'll go
by the
into
way.
the
If they do that
Minami
again, not
House
it.
prison.
What am I going to do with you?
That's okay.
So do you have a way? I mean, we're still in the building, right? Could we find if they use the teleportation and follow them?
Generally, to use the teleportation circles, you need to know that magic. Which do I have it? That's a 5th level. No, I do not. Because I am a enchantment wizard.
So we're on a dead end for Lilith.
Well, emphasis on dead.
Yeah, I think that we just did.
Oh no, I do have it, but I've used both of my 7th level spells. Oh, wait, no. No, JK, I have one. Got one more. Scry was a 5th level. Yes? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Scrying is
Okay.
first level.
Wow, wizards are complicated.
Yeah.
Yup.
I do think it's worth it. You're the boss man.
I think it would be worth it.
Do we want to do it in the middle of their compound? Or do we want to head back?
We'd have to find it first.
Oh, what? Their teleportation circle?
Oh, that's right. We're talking about teleportation circle.
We're talking about using their teleportation circle to teleport to Rote. Like,
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, so we can get right where they are.
How?
I mean, I think we should
How we
tell
gonna get back?
Lesidi and Cosmai if
Exactly.
anything.
Like, hey, we're gonna peace out,
I
bye!
wouldn't burn any level spell. Do that.
Not talk to the other cultists that we have. But then again, we're really tired, we might not be thinking straight.
Lilith was definitely the the prime fruit versus the low-hanging fruit we have in the lead room. So
Usually the low-hanging fruit is able to talk more. Useful, let's just say.
Yeah.
that's a good way to put it. Vash, it's your call. If you want to run around the Madani compound and try to find a teleportation circle and get there before what's left of her is put to death.
I think it would be better if I were to go alone. Two-road. It's a lot easier for me to get in and out. And if I am in a place that I am not supposed to be, it's a lot easier to explain my way things out of things.
You know what?
It's fair.
I need a nap anyway.
It's fair. I think that's fair. I think we should go before any more guards come.
Well, best of luck then, I guess. We will see ourselves out. And if you can find me, I'll be in a room at Daddy's.
Is there anything you want us to focus on here in the city while you're gone?
Get your rest.
Figure I'll let you handle the lead room guy, because if I talk to him, he's probably gonna be missing fingers.
There was a little bit of a curiosity when I was scrying on the oath. Earlier, I saw her down by the Dagger River.
Before the attack? Or
Not a few days prior.
a few days prior?
That might have something to do with this, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Let me just jot that down in my notes, Bash. Hold on.
What's dagger spelled like the weapon?
Yeah.
It's the river system that Sharn is on. Right? The big dagger river. So that's here, though.
Yep.
That's a big river.
Anywhere specific on the river? Or just...
The way that scrying works is very temperamental. You can't gain much lay of the lands rather than centrifugate about 3 feet around someone. I didn't see any signs, I just saw that she was along a cliff-face wall.
Okay.
There was one slum in the area, I believe they were human.
I was gonna say it sounds like secret hideout material.
But we can rest up and...
Go spelunking!
Are we still responsible for...
Well, that's the question, are you?
That's the question, are we?
That contract is fulfilled.
Okay.
It all
But
depends
what does
on
your
you
heart
guys.
tell you?
Do you think they're in danger from Halar?
Does he know their names and faces?
He's seen some faces, and Lilith might have told some names.
Yeah, part of the original contract was that we were protecting and using them as bait for Lilith, who was working with and married to Halar.
Which did he see our faces when he died?
You were in masks.
We were in masks, but
No.
But
the
Lilith's
original.
a
When he
changeling who knows
he
all
would
their
have
faces.
seen.
In the
Yeah.
jail cell, the only person that he would have seen was
Was
Cosmai.
Cosmai.
Cosmai, right?
Yeah.
Because he was too busy burning somebody's face off.
And then,
And I was a spider.
well,
Yes, you
Jackal
were.
had a good point, which is that Lilith saw all of your faces, so she would be able to show him.
Yeah.
In detail.
Yeah.
I'll let that be your choice.
Well, until he's caught, would you guys like to remain in the protection of the lanterns?
I mean, I'm perfectly fine with it. Another person would be really helpful.
I'm not exactly ready to say goodbye yet.
I don't get all softy on me, Frosia. Not before some drinks.
Well, I guess we'll go rest back up at
Which
Fatty's.
before I get hard for you.
So what is
we need some sleep.
Go
we need
to bed.
some sleep.
Go
With this
the fuck to bed.
commentary.
Go to bed, friend.
Bye.
I'm not even gonna roll that.
What?
I used friends, the cantrip.
Oh. Okay, bye. I don't
I
think.
made it back out in the street. Bastard!
Bastard!
So when we get to Fatty's, Jackal's game plan is pay for a mug and go to his room.
Yep.
And
Pass out. Anything else that you guys want to talk about?
I mean, we should really tell Lesidi and Cosmai what was going on.
they're back at the tavern, right?
Oh,
No,
at
they're-
this point, yeah.
At
They
this
would-
point,
they would
yeah?
Come back.
Okay.
Alright, then yeah, we'll meet them at the tavern and tell them everything that happened.
Guys, like, we know the cultist in
You
y'all's...
hear that, Lesidi and Cosmai?
They're currently passed out because they're probably in the.
Oh
6
yeah, we're gonna
hours.
be morning drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the day after
Yeah,
Wild
right.
Night.
Mm-hmm.
Can you blame us?
Hair of the dog.
I didn't get to have a wild night.
I mean, we had a pretty wild night. I'm not
pretty
gonna
wild.
lie.
Not ideal, but definitely wild.
Exactly.
No. Isn't Wild Night like traditionally in Eberron spelled as a Y? Like W-Y-L-D-E?
Wilde.
Okay. See,
Like
I
Oscar
wanted
Wilde.
wild with the E. I got it without the E.
So no Oscar Wilde, just Wildy.
Well, dang.
It's the Wilder Night.
It'll be fine. You guys sit down with a few drinks, find a booth, and just slouch into your chairs as it all seems to hit. As you guys have been up for officially 27 hours.
Ooh. Ew. I've done it before. Ew.
Yeah, it hurts, especially when you're adults and 360 years old.
207.
Alright, 270, sorry.
207, not 70. Shit.
But who's counting?
Not you. Not me.
Age is just a number.
It is.
A
especially
big
for elves.
number.
Exactly. I mean, true though.
What's y'all doing?
I guess I'm gonna go to bed now.
Yeah.
I've had some sangria. I'm ready.
Like, I think we all need to sleep on it and revisit this in the morning.
Mhm.
By that time, in the evening or whatever,
In
by
8
that time,
hours.
Vash will probably be back. And we'll see if he learned anything. Maybe we can go check in on Darman. Make sure he's alive. Didn't hang himself in the night.
No.
Oh god, what happened?
I said we should go check in on Darman in the morning.
Make
Make sure he didn't hang himself in the night and she reached for dice.
Oh shit. I was thinking about checking on
The old Darman.
that whole situation. Is we heard Riak basically tell him, all your shit's frozen, dude.
He's been grounded.
Yeah.
Literally.
Which is hard for a dwarf.